Hi, Caleb with Brownells here, and in today's product spotlight, we're going to be taking a look at the Alpha extensions for M4 stocks from Midwest Industries. So if you're familiar with the other stock that Midwest Industries did with the Alpha series, then you'll be somewhat familiar with this. What this is a 1913 adapter that takes an M4 stock, but it fits on things that don't take a buffer tube. So obviously this is not for your standard AR-15. The main thought behind this was the AK. AK with a 1913 rail on the back. You can now set it up to take M4 stocks without having to use a buffer tube, because it's using a buffer tube is pointless on an AK or a BRN-180 because you don't actually utilize it. So there's a lot of space there to do something else, and Midwest Industries did something else. So it comes in two flavors, one with and without a folding adapter. So if you're running one of these, you might as well just use a folding adapter, right? But if you already have some kind of folding device or whatever, then you can just use this one and not have to worry about it. I think the majority of us purchasing this will be definitely going for that folding adapter. So if you have the AK, SIG Spear, any of those other guns that you can stick a 1913 adapter on, then this is definitely the one for you. And I know it looks skeletonized and you're like, you keep saying M4 stock, how does the M4 stock fit on there? Well, this top contour is your main contact point, as well as the bottom with the adjustment notches in it. Now it's starting to look like an AR-15 receiver extension, right? So you take any standard AR-15 carbine stock, and it fits right on there. And it fits on there pretty solid. So cool thing about this over just running a standard, receiver extension or buffer tube is that you have a QD slot on each side of it now, which is awesome. And of course you have full adjustment range. I haven't really checked the weight on it, so I don't know, if the weight's comparable to a receiver extension. But I mean, picking it up, it's super lightweight, obviously, minus the folding mechanism or the mounting plate. This one's actually a lot lighter than the one that folds because this is all aluminum minus the screw. This one has a steel folding mechanism, as it should be. So if you're going back to my point earlier, if you're doing a super lightweight build, this would be the one to go with. If you prefer to have it fold over it just being lighter, then obviously this, again, I think the majority of us are still going to be purchasing this one. So I have this, so this one here, I took it off to show you guys, but this is the one I was using on my personal BRN-180 lower receiver. And to mount it, you just loosen the screw here. It comes with a hex wrench, but I'm using my own. And you just put it on. And I mean, on the 1913 rail on the back, you can mount it really low, you can mount it really high. It all depends on how you have your optics set up and your cheek weld. It's personal preference. There's no right or wrong place to mount it. And we'll just tighten it down. All right. And that's all there is to it. Now I have a BRN-180 lower receiver with a M4 style stock and a folding mechanism. So I mean, that's super awesome. And if you want it to fold the other way, that's no big deal. You actually just, we did a video on how to actually do that whole thing. But essentially what you're going to do, you're going to remove the extension from the folding mechanism, flip the folder, reinstall the extension, and now your stock folds the other way. And that's all there is to it. So that is the Alpha receiver extension for M4 stocks from Midwest Industries. If you have any questions or comments, you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to post them down below. If you're watching this on the website, then the product will be linked down below. And of course, you can always give us a call on the tech line. Thanks for joining us. and we'll see you next time.